Guys,
Hello.
it's Monday. We just had our sprint planning, going over what we're doing this week. Rob, what are you doing?
Yes, for me this week it's going to be Willoop. The big task I'm going to be trying to do is saving and loading, so we've got a little bit of that in at the moment, but we need to get it so that when you are doing a level, it saves the progress. That's going to be a big job for me, anyway.
Yeah, what are you, Jack?
Straightforward for me as well. I'm just finishing off the Autumn DLC. I got 14 done last week. Yeah, I think 14, so 6 more to go. So it's going to be a pretty smooth sailing week for me to get that wrapped up and done.
Yeah, very good. For me, it's mostly Colour Pixels as well, so we're going to be getting the advent book tested, because that's been sitting ready for a couple of weeks now, and then just following up on any store pages as well, so that's Switch and the new books for Colour Pixels as well. Should be pretty straightforward.
Okay, so it's Monday morning and I've been working on a few pieces since yesterday. I didn't get a shows yesterday because I forgot, my bad. But yesterday I was working on these two images primarily. So this is a nice autumn leaf sitting on a pond, and this piece is just essentially someone sitting on the outskirts looking at the storm coming over on a sunset. I really like this image, but it took a while to get all the details down. The sky didn't look right at first, so it took me a while to get essentially the scene built up correctly, as the depth was a bit off and so was the colours. So that one did take a while. And apart from that, today I've been working on this picnic image. An autumn picnic scene. This one isn't done yet, as you can see. I'm still working on the pumpkin, and I'm going to add a few more assets down here that resembles autumn, essentially. But yeah, we're getting there, and I'll keep us updated on how this one goes.
So yeah, it's time to pick the images for the competition winners. So Rob's went through yesterday and filtered out all of the images that aren't pixel art, so we do get quite a lot of selfies and other random images that get submitted. So all the ones that are left here are pixel art, and as you can see, there's a folder for each of us. And what I'm going to go do now is go through all the images and start filtering out the ones I like personally. At the same time, Jack and Rob are doing the same, and then we'll come together and pick the ones that we want to, that will ultimately be the winners for the next pixel art competition.
Okay, so we just had a bit of a lengthy meeting, basically just trying to decide the winners for the competition. We've all basically decided on these. I think they're good. We've done reverse Google image searches as well, haven't we, to make sure they haven't been copied and stuff like that, and there's some really, really good ones this year. It's a shame we can't get them all. You see a couple of them didn't quite make it through, like this little crab guy we quite liked and stuff like that, but yeah. Okay, so it's the 18th, and that means that the Halloween events for Hexseed and Colour Pixels go live today. Lee was just quickly testing them this morning, and he found out that there was a little bug. So on this level there is a bunch of portal tiles, and it basically looks like the asset for the portal tiles, the little purple stripe, looks like it's just not showing up anymore. I think it actually is, it's just that it's being set to the same colours as the Halloween event stuff, so it just looks invisible. So yeah, I'm going to quickly fix that and get a build out as soon as possible.
A few moments later.
Okay, so it's 8:45 on the Wednesday morning. Yesterday was quite a productive day for all of us, really. Yesterday I managed to get 2 more images done for Advent, as you can see here. I'm actually quite happy because I managed to get 2 relatively large images done. I didn't get to work on Autumn as much as I wanted to yesterday, as we had a few meetings, as well as choosing the competition winners for the community book. Well done to everyone who submitted, by the way. The artwork was absolutely incredible, and again, congratulations to those who won.
Okay, so for the past couple of days I've been working on sort of like saving and loading stuff, basically. So now when you actually click on a level, it remembers where you were. In this case, the level's actually completed, so you get a different UI in the top right here, so you can delete your saves. I've been working on that today as well. A new game plus a save. Both of these have little pop-ups that just like yes, no confirmations. Delete save just wipes all of your progress for the level, and then New Game Plus wipes most of the progress, but it keeps a little counter, basically telling you how many times you've done it. So yeah, if I do that, let me just complete this level quickly, and just see this UI is a bit different up here as well. So you got the delete save always there as well, just like Colour Pixels really. It's where we're getting the inspiration from. So yeah, before I complete the image, I can press home and then go back into level. It does a little time lapse of what I've done, but it keeps the last instruction that I've got yet to do open, so I can just continue on with that. And yeah, the end level animation plays. And yeah, we get the thing in the top right. Woo!
Yeah, it's getting on a bit now on Wednesday. I've been getting ready to set up the community book with the new images, but we've hit a bit of an issue with one of the submitters we think has been just taking artwork. The big sort of red flag was the fact that all the artwork looks different, but also on the submission sheet they're submitted in multiple different names. So having a little dig, I have found one of the artworks is by someone called the Beekeep, not the person who actually submitted. So just to make sure we're not breaking any rules and that someone hasn't literally stolen artwork to submit, we removed the 3 artworks we had picked for them and we've replaced them with some additional ones. So we'll quickly check these last couple that we've replaced them with, and then if they're all good, we'll go ahead with getting the book ready to get the screenshots and get started prepping the actual artwork in game.
So it's 4:15 on the Wednesday afternoon. I managed to get 2 images done today. I'm pretty happy with them. These are actually the last 2 images in the Autumn DLC, and I thought I would try to get 2 good detailed images done. So this one's the Combine Harvester. I thought harvesting would be a good trend to put into the Autumn pack. It actually took a lot longer than I thought. Combine Harvesters are quite hard to draw, it turns out. Who would have known? Who would have thought? And the last image I'm doing is an Autumn Dragon sleeping around a tree. I wasn't sure whether to throw a bit of fantasy in, but I decided to anyway. I was quite enjoying drawing the detail on the dragon, so I decided to carry through with it. It's taking a little while because this image, as you can see, is packed with detail. So I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but I hope it's going to pan out.
So it's pretty much the end of the day, and as you can see, the Community 5 book is put into the build. So I've gone through, I've made some edits to the images, mostly cropping down sizes to make them fit. All the normal sort of corrections, like some of the images like this one and this one had a large image size, a lot of transparency, so just trimming it down, making it all fit the game. I've also went through and pixel corrected a lot of the little images, still got the Halloween effect on obviously, but there was an odd pixel here and there where colour bleed, but it was very little to fix in all these images, to be honest. So yeah, it's pretty impressive, all pretty much good to go. They do need the final test of play testing them all just to make sure there's nothing that I've missed. But again, there shouldn't be much to change because this is other people's artwork, so hopefully it's alright. But yeah, pretty good going. As I put them in order as well, and I've sorted the name so it's showing the actual person that submitted as well, the actual artist. So yeah, just need to wait for Rob to make a build tomorrow and I can get the actual screenshots for the announcement that goes out on Friday. So yeah, the community book is all ready to go. A week early as well, which is quite good. A lot of the art was pretty much ready as well. There's very minor changes here and there. So that's all done, it's all tested. And as well as that, gone ahead and created the announcement posts for tomorrow, just announcing the winners. And now I'm going to quickly go on to doing the achievements for all the images as well. But these won't be going live till next week, obviously. But yeah, I'm getting ready and prepared.
Okay, so most of my morning was spent creating this dragon image. This is the last one for the Autumn DLC, and I wanted to make a pretty creative one for the last one. And this one did end up taking a while. As you can see, it's quite a large image and it's packed full of detail. It came along quite nicely. I'm actually quite happy how the image came out. I'm really quite proud of my images, and this one was one of the few that got through. I'm quite happy with it, and since this one's done, that was the last of the autumn images that I needed to create, and I've been spending the rest of the afternoon checking and going through them, making sure their colour count's toned down for when Lee checks them. And they're all done now. It's approaching the end of the day, so I'll probably be heading off soon, and I've got to a nice checkpoint, if you will. So now it's ready for Lee to check through them and make sure they play okay, and then autumn should be ready to go.
For me today, it's mainly been a Wool Up day again, but it's been a bit different. So I've been working on some merch, so we usually get a bit of merch. We usually like our mugs and our posters on the wall. But yeah, I've just been working on that for Wool Up. So we've managed to put an order in for a poster, one of the big ones. The plan is to put it on the wall somewhere. We don't know where, because there's not really any room. But yeah, we've also done work on a mug, which looks okay, quite nice. There's just lots of work actually getting the assets to actually upload and put in. Thankfully, Printful have started doing pink mugs as well, just so we keep the colour different. And it kind of looks similar to the logo as well, so it kind of works, which is quite nice. So yeah, fingers crossed we'll be getting those in the post very soon. But other than that, I've been working on some Wool Loop stuff. Yeah, so now if you press tab, you get a couple of things appearing in the top left of your screen. It's very similar to Colour and Pixels. Colour and Pixels got very similar things there. So it's got a timer and a percentage completion thing. I'm just trying to work that out really. So you can see as I'm completing the level, the progress goes up. And we're going to have a setting in the accessibility part of the settings menu to just turn that on full time if people want it. It's a very optional thing, but yeah. Yeah, it's on that screen as well. Yeah, so it's getting on now on the Friday. I've been pretty hard at work, so I've been doing a lot of things to the settings menu. So I added a couple of new settings for the features that I added yesterday, the timer and the completion, those little pop-ups in the top left. But I've also done some other small stuff. So the tutorial button is always there now. I think before it was on the accessibility tab, there was a big button. It just looked a bit weird, so it's always there now. So if you wanted to load the tutorial up, you can. And another big thing that we've got is this loops counter. So this is a big request that we got from the Next Fest a couple of weeks ago. Basically, it just counts how many loops you've done. It's pretty straightforward. So yeah, if you do quick route, yeah, there you go, the number's gone up. Pretty simple, very similar to what we've got in Color and Pixels. But another thing you might notice is that we've been messing around with the colours of the pins. So a big bit of feedback we got from the Next Fest was that people didn't like... Yes, a big bit of negative feedback we got from the Steam Next Fest was that people didn't like the colours that we had for the pins. So I think it was just set to random. There was like 6 different colours. It was bright yellows, reds, all sorts. And Lee had the idea of actually making them like mean something. So originally we had the idea of when you start a route, all of the pins sort of like become that colour. And you basically just be able to see the whole route, like what's coming up. So you could like zoom out and see, okay, right, this route is going to cover the top of the spaceship, for example. But we've sort of just been evolving on that. So right now we've got this sort of like gradient type of thing. So the closer you get to a pin you're about to do, the brighter it is. It still needs a bit of work, and these white pins don't look great. I think we're going to go for a grey for the default. But yeah, it's nice to try and iterate on something small like that.
Okay, so it's been a bit of a change of pace for me today. I got Autumn all wrapped up yesterday, so today's primarily been back on Athena. I didn't want to commit to any animations today as it'll be the weekend soon and I didn't know how long those would take. So I thought I would start doing some world building assets again. And I got 3 done. I got this fence done and I got 2 of these little baby trees done. We have a sapling and a fully grown tree made, but we wanted a middle ground done. So I created these 2 little trees and they do represent the bigger forms. It's just essentially to make the animation a bit smoother from sapling to the fully grown tree. And ever since that, I've been working on this sweet corn plant sapling. It's taking a bit of a while because I don't really want it to look like the rest of the saplings I've been doing. So I'm trying to make it look as different as possible, which is quite hard because most saplings look the same. Rob, Lee, it's Friday. Woo! A very drowsy Friday, but we got there. We got there in the end. So what have you been up to? We'll start with Rob.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, it's been a pretty good week, pretty standard, lots of Waloop for me. The big thing for Waloop was the merch, so we managed to get merch sent off. We did get some dispatch notifications, so it should be arriving Monday.
Yeah,
fingers crossed.
Tuesday, yeah.
If we're lucky, and hopefully everything will be alright. I know there's a couple of iterations with Who Shook My Shirts, but hopefully it'll be alright first time. But yeah, it's been pretty good. You've been busy on Color and Pixels a lot, haven't you?
Yeah, all week's been Color and Pixels, so we've done the community book this week. That's a big thing, that's all ready to go for next week as well. We're announcing posts and all that's done. And that's been testing all the future books, a bit of both of the new ones that are coming out towards the end of the year as well.
Yeah, so the community book should be going live as of today, so it should be free update, free book. So if you go on Color Pixels, you should be able to download that and give it a try.
Yeah, and also missed out a little bit of Hexseed work as well. Very minor, we just put a poll, asked about what we're doing for year 3. The link will be in the description for that as well, so make sure you check that out and let us know what you want to see next year with Hexseed.
But yeah, for me as well, it's been Autumn DLC. Same as Lee, been doing Coloring Pixels a lot this week. So yeah, I wrapped up the Autumn DLC, checked them, and I've done a bit of Athena this week and a tiny bit of Waloop. But apart from that, it's primarily been just wrapping up the Autumn DLC.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, as always, for everyone watching, thank you very much for getting to the end of the video. I'm trying to keep it a bit short and sweet this time, see how it goes. And yeah, thanks again to the patrons who support us every week. It's really good, keeps us going. So thank you very much for that. And yeah, thanks to Rob for none as well.
Rob's mum.